Okay, we lost the sound. Okay, OBS's problem. Yeah, okay. Hang on. It was an OBS issue. It's now been sorted. Let's go through everything we just spoke about. Oh, dearie me. Right, teams. This is why you start early. This is why you start early. There are the teams. My clan at the top, Vale. We have Serenity, LOCA, Phoenix, BPS, Endgame, Sparta, and of course the second, another team of BPS. See, I went all through this, but because there was no sound, because OBS said no, you didn't get to hear any of it, unfortunately. Thankfully, some kind soul, Maurice, told me that there was no sound. I then looked at OBS and I saw that OBS was glitching out there. It is now resolved. Sorry about that. Just wait 3 minutes. So those are the teams. We had a top 6. Then 2 days ago we had a last chance tournament whereby Serenity and Phoenix grabbed those final top 8 spots, and we followed that action, and it was good action indeed. So those are the teams. I am not the only streamer. I said this earlier, but you couldn't hear. I'm not the only streamer, so who else is streaming? Wow. Avinet85. She is streaming in English. She will be following Endgame against BPS as the first game, followed by BPS against Sparta. That is who she's streaming. She is doing it in English. Me, on the other hand, we are following Serenity against LOCA first, followed by LOCA against Vale. So that's what we'll be seeing. Robert85 streaming in Espanol. For those of you out there who don't know what that is, it's Spanish. He will be following BPS against Sparta and then Sparta against Phoenix. That can't be right, can it? Because it's I don't know how that's working, but there we go. Anyway, and then Nino, he's streaming Phoenix against Vale and then LOCA against BPS. So those are the streams. You can find those in the game. You can find them on Wargaming's Discord. Don't feel that you have to stay here to watch, okay, guys? Because at the end of the day, whoever your favorite teams are, go and watch the streamer who is streaming your favorite team. We'll go through the teams again. So here we go. Well, that's the wrong team again. Here we go. We have LOCA against Serenity. That is their full team lineups. We can see there that LOCA's got a 70% win rate on average, with regards to Serenity's 67.23%. None too shabby, neither of those teams. It's going to be an interesting one, I'm telling you. We will be getting a notification in a fair few minutes, not just yet, and we will be going out with, I believe it's best of 5, and the first map is going to be Middleburg. There is Middleburg. What can we expect to see here on Middleburg? Well, we're probably going to see a lot of action around here. Let's not kid ourselves. However, there could be a considerable amount of action here as well. You just never know with these guys. That is the problem. So we will see. We will see what the night has in store for us. That is the first map. It is going to be Middleburg. Don't know where they're spawning yet. We will find out when we actually get the room invite. So, but I mean, Middleburg's always one of those strange maps. In public games, just like tournaments, everybody says go up, don't go into the city. The city strat does work, and some of the top clans do play that strat, because the thing is, it depends on their lineup. Now, we've seen that the meta at the moment is predominantly heavy, and predominantly the Type 71. That doesn't mean to say that everybody's suddenly going to go down into the town. The Type 71, depending on the equipment loadout, you can have it with gun depression, or you can have it with mobility. So it's going to be interesting to see how they are going to approach this. What is the meta strats that they're going to be using? Are they going to be primarily Type 71s like we've seen, with potentially one fast tank, maybe a T100 LT, possibly even a Sheridan? We've seen a fair few Sheridans coming back in. Don't think the Vickers is making a showing. The reason being is because the Vickers did have a slight nerf with its view range, and you know, with that T100 LT, whilst it has been nerfed quite considerably, it's still a really squat tank and able to get around the battlefield. You never know what they're going to take, though. I mean, some teams do take the likes of a mouse on maps like this, so you just do not know until we get into that room and start looking at their lineups. Admittedly, this is a round robin, so it's not, last chance saloon on these opening games. There's a round robin, and it's basically progressing all the way through until we get those very, very top ones. So we will see. It's going to be an interesting one. It's going to be intense. It's going to be completely different to what we saw in the qualifiers. Although the final day of the qualifiers is always intense because you've only got the best teams left, and they're all fighting for that final spot to try and get into that top 6. So we are going to be seeing some different type of strats, no doubt. I don't know if it's going to be intense, as in full-on hardcore. Big pushes and big massive rollouts from the early stages of the battle. You just don't know how they're going to approach it. Room is now available. We're going to jump in, we're going to ready up, and we will have Serenity on the south spawn and LOCA on the north spawn. We're just going to jump out because we have got a 3-minute delay, but whilst we have got a 3-minute delay, we've got another 2 minutes to go before we actually hit that delay, because we jump into the room 5 minutes before kickoff. It's going to be interesting, as I say, to see what the lineups are going to be. Not only with regard to retanks, but regard to the players, because like most of the pro teams, certain players play certain tanks, if you get my meaning. So, for example, you have a light tank specialist, you have a medium tank specialist. Most of the teams can play the heavy tanks and the mediums, but it's sometimes you drop out your light tank specialist if you're just playing a really heavy lineup. So it'll be interesting to see what the team compositions are going to be. More importantly, it's going to be interesting to see what the meta selection is going to be, because that is the most crucial thing. Meta selection is massive. And as I said, despite some recent changes by Wargaming, the fact of the matter is it's still a heavy meta tournament. It's still that. We're still going to be seeing a massive amount of heavy tanks. Let's not kid ourselves here. Now, a lot of people was like, don't look kindly on that. They're like, oh, it's the heavy meta spam, blah blah blah. But the thing is, I mean, the IS-7 isn't as popular as it was in the last tournament round. The E5 is completely falling out of grace, and so is the IS-4. So as the 60 TP. Now, if you go back one season to the spring season, everybody was rolling out in 60 TPs and IS-7s. They're not doing that anymore. Go back a couple more seasons, and everybody was rolling out in E5s and IS-4s. They're not doing that either. So we do have those changes, albeit within the same category of tank, in this case, heavy. Let's jump into the room. So this is the room lineup at the moment, and none of them are readying up. And we can already see that Type 71 is making a big showing, especially there for LOCA. They have dropped in a T100 LT. That's Almeri who's taking that. Serenity, on the other hand, wow, Anya On has got an IS-4 currently. And looks like Spitfires and Playmaker, along with Days at the moment, are in Kranwagens, which is an interesting one, not going to lie. So I'm intrigued with that meta selection, to be perfectly honest with you. Now let's just see if I've got the right logos here. Yes, I have. Hopefully if the logos become a problem, I'll just turn them off. But I just wanted people to know that, that clans do have logos, and there are the logos. I'd love to say hello to each and every one of you, but the delay, whilst it allows me to interact to an extent, three minutes is just enough to sort of really not interact correctly. Let me have a drink. So we now have LOCA fully readied up. We have a T95 is coming in now, and a Sheridan. So the other Almeri has jumped into a Sheridan. Everybody else, Type 71. Serenity still haven't fully readied up. We've still got De Silva and Vase pondering what tanks they're going to take. At the moment, they're hovering over the Type 71. That doesn't necessarily mean to say that they're going to roll out in a Type 71, however. Spitfires and Playmaker are still in their Kranwagens, however, along with Days. So that's a triple Kranwagen strat. That's quite interesting, to say the least. Oh, I just had to Yeah, sorry, I need a drink. Where I live is very parky today. It's been toying with raining, but it's not raining. Hello, Russian MILF, how are you? I love saying that on stream, it's fantastic. So De Silva has read it up. He is in a Type 71. Vabon is in a 71. Those are the only two 71s. Everybody else, IS4 and Kranwagens, even Vase, Days, Spitfires and Playmaker, all in Kranwagens. That's an interesting call, not going to lie. We have got less than 10 seconds to go here before the opening round between Serenity and LOCA here on Middelburg. Oh, and anticipation is just brilliant, isn't it? I love it, man. We have got front row seats to this little battle. Looking at the hit points, well, it's in favour of Serenity here. LOCA just tagging behind by almost 2,000. Quite considerable. But that's mainly because they've got that Sheridan and T95. Either way, let's get up to the back of the map and let's see what is going down. Now, with those Kranwagens, I'm hazarding to guess that Serenity are going up north to the sea cap. We've already got Almeri here. He is already up there in the Type 71. He spawned there. The Sheridan of the other Almeri is already there as well. A-cap is being taken. It looks like LOCA is doing a heavy push through the city strat with their Type 71s. The Sheridan, the T95 and two 71s are up north, however. Almeri is just pushing back though. In comes De Silva and he gets tagged as he goes in by Jasao. Jasao there just tagging him a little bit. Jasio, sorry. Just tagging him a little bit. Now Ventium is on a push towards the B-cap. He has Yin behind him and Almeri in the third, and C-cap has been taken, but the hit point, the cap point advantage, and at the moment the hit point advantage are firmly with LOCA. LOCA now can just sit here and defend if they wanted to, but that's generally not LOCA's style. Generally they like to push and they like to put pressure on, and already, I mean, De Silva's making a push down here, trying to get round and see where everybody is. You've seen the Almeri and Vabon, Playmaker pushing in, trying to take down Almeri. I'm just going to follow on this one at the moment. They're going to give Almeri a bit of a tunneling. But the thing is, those Type 71s are so difficult to pen, especially frontally, but down he goes. Almeri is out. But at doing that, they've bled of a lot of hit points. Have Serenity, bless them. Now we've got LOCA pushing in. Unfortunately, Dave's over at the back there in the Kranwagen. He's not going to last, and down he goes, courtesy of Almeri and the Sheridan. Spitfire's here. Well, he's being put under a lot of pressure as well by the Piranha, and down goes De Silva also. So 2 tanks down on both teams, but you can see now 3 tanks down for Serenity, but you can see that the points are in favour. Oh, Sebel goes down as well. It's a bit of a brawly part here. And Euron is being pressured, and so is Vase. Vase down he goes in the Kranwagen. Don't think the Kranwagens are working as much as Serenity would have liked. Jasao is it? Just one hit. I don't know how to say that. Jasio. Anya's going to go down here. Not going to last. Poor old Anya. Down goes Anya. Now Vabon in the Type 71 is the next on the list, leaving Playmaker, but Playmaker is almost fully loaded. We'll get one into Jasao, but down he goes, and Playmaker's the last man standing, but it doesn't matter anyway, they win on points. And Blitz just crashed. Blitz just crashed. So, excuse me while I try and get the game back. I don't know, it always happens. I don't know, it happens to me. It just crashed. Don't know why it crashed, but it crashed. Thank you, Blitz. Thankfully, you didn't miss anything. It crashed at the end of the game, not at the end, not the beginning of the game, which was nice. But crash it did. Anyway, let's jump back into the room and ready up. No idea why that crashed, but it crashed. As I said, you didn't miss any of the action. It crashed right at the end of the game. And it's done that quite a few times recently on me. So we're swapping those spawn points now here on Middelburg. Serenity now on the north spawn, LOCA on the south spawn. We will have Serenity. Well, they're sticking with their 3 Crown Wagons, and everybody else is jumping into a Type 71. LOCA, well, Mary is jumping into a 215B and doubling up with Jasio in a 215B also. I just love the fact that the game just crashes like that. It's just boom. Right at the end of the match. Annoying. But, as I said, we didn't lose any of the action. We just lost the scores at the end. That was all. But, yeah, it's happened to me like 3 or 4 times recently. And it is very, very annoying. Because, you know, you just want to see what the scores are and it just goes bump. Don't know why it does it. Anyway. We've resolved it. It's not an issue. We're going into game 2. LOCA at the moment, 1-0 up, but it is, I believe, best of 5. I need to check. I'm pretty sure it's best of 5. Hit points, well, pretty close. Serenity still got the advantage, but not a massive advantage. But they had the advantage in the last game. It didn't really help them. Let's get up high into the back of the map yet again. This time we're with on the south spawn here. It looks like LOCA. Anya is going to stay down and just cover this flanking area because we do have, if I rotate round here, we do have LOCA taking 2 71s, Yin and Sebel into the B cap, and Yin is then going to push forward. The rest of LOCA have gone up, so LOCA have 2 down, and you can see that Serenity a little bit more relaxed this time. And they're just waiting to see what options are available to them as we come up to the top of the map. You can see here, Serenity just lining up, trying to get into those defensive positions before LOCA come pushing over the top. Playmaker and Spitfires have been spotted. Playmaker and Spitfires can see they've been spotted. They're going to push up though to pretty much defensive positions. Both they're going to be hauled down here, Playmaker. Long in the tooth and experienced in the tournament circuit is Playmaker, and so is De Silva there in the Type 71. Don't know what equipment De Silva is running. Don't know if he's running the gun depression or the mobility. I think he's running the gun depression. No, he's running the mobility, I think. I'm not sure. I'd love to find out. And you can see here De Silva just pushing up a little bit, trying to see where LOCA have got their team, and he's managing to get a few spots there, so he has seen those spots. Now we've got the rest of Serenity just coming back. Anya jumping into that A cap. They are points down already, Serenity, here against LOCA. What with LOCA fast capping B. Anya will take that A cap though. Now is Anya going to be pushing on to D? Vase is getting tagged a little bit. Ventium and Almeri have been tagged more at the moment. So hit points are in the favour of Serenity. Oh, that's a good shot from Zabul, but an equally good shot in return from Daze. Anya now pushing down onto Sebel. Vabon is jumped down to join in as well. We're just going to quickly have a look at that. But we've got to be mindful that there may be a push by LOCA once they realise that 2 tanks are down in the city. That will leave Serenity tanks low. Jaseo's coming down in the 215B. So is Almeri. They're going to try and catch out Anya and Vabon here. Has the A toy with Sebel in the 71. Sebel is getting some very, very needed support here. Seo coming in, and whilst those 3 tanks are down, I'm going to leave that because at the top Serenity are now making a move, and there has been an ammo rack. Almeri does get ammo rack just as we pulled away. He got ammo racked, which is really annoying. But we wanted to see the push from Serenity here as they're pushing through and pushing down. Yin is the target, but De Silva is being caught out just a little bit here. He's going to probably survive. Almeri is trying to shield, but it's not going to help. And down goes Yin. 2 tanks down, 3 tanks down for LOCA. Ventium now coming up. Spitfires is trying to push as well. Yeah, it is best of 7. Almeri here is going to be taken out. He's not going to survive this. Spitfires will put 1 into the rear of Almeri, and he does. Daze is getting into trouble, but he manages to survive. And now it's 1 against far too many. And that 1 here is the Type 71. It's not my PC, dogger. It's not my RAM. 20 gig of RAM. 20 gig. This one is going to be Serenity turning it back around here and doing so in style. Very nicely done by Serenity. Specky, hello. So as you can see, much better stuff there from Serenity. So nicely done indeed. We will now be changing the maps and going into Faust. Faust is the next map on the list. So we'll have a look at Faust, shall we? Faust. Well, what can we expect here? Well, we can expect quite a lot of action around this area, I think. You may get them sending some tanks up here to get this A-cap, but most of the action is going to be around here. We have seen some moves where they do big pushes straight through from both sides. So it's going to be an interesting one. You never really know which way they are going to jump, to be honest with you. As I keep saying, you know, they have multiple strats for these maps. And looking at this one, we have some interesting meta selection. So with this one, we have LOCA readied up first. AMX50B is making a showing along with the Vickers Light and the WZ113. Everybody else, however, is in a Type 71. Moving over to Serenity, with the exception of Spitfires in his Kranwagen, everybody else is in a Type 71 there. They will be going off, by the way, Serenity on the south spawn, LOCA on the north. So all to play for here, and heavy meta is the order of the day. Excuse me. Oh, I needed a drink. So that's what we're looking at. That is what we're looking at. Be interested to see. I've not really seen the 50B in a tournament on its own perform that well, but in the hands of that player, it performs well. Believe me. So it's going to be an interesting one. This. I'm very interested to see how they're going to make the 50B, you know, totally productive in this game. Looking at the hit points in favour again of Serenity, mainly because they've got a lot of heavies. Only one Kranwagen in 6 Type 71, so wowzers. Anyway, let's get up high into the back of the map as we normally do. And it looks like it is going to be a push from both teams into the middle area. It's an aggressive strat. We've seen these aggressive strats more over recently. Vabon is being spotted. De Silva will be spotted. Yin, Almeri, Sebel. It's going to be a brawl in the middle area, as we predicted. Mainly because this is just a totally aggressive strat, and a lot of teams do this. They're avoiding Ventium and Sebel here. De Silva and Vabon are just pushing through heavily, trying to catch Almeri off guard, and they or even Mazkus. But Mazkus here has managed to get out of the way, and now we've got Almeri, Yin, and Ventium. All for LOCA looking to try and put, and Sebel is there, trying to put some pressure onto Daze. Spitfire is in an OP position now on Overwatch, managing to whittle Sebel down in next to no time. Playmaker also in a great position just to get those cross shots. Moving back around, you can see De Silva and Vabon did not push over and in. Joseo is going to come up, and yeah, well, Vabon and De Silva. Oh, but Playmaker's making a move. Let's go with Playmaker for a moment. They're looking to really catch out Mazkus here. Mazkus is in the 50B. Mazkus, however, I'm assuming it's Cyrillic. Oh, he gets tagged heavily. Mazkus here really suffering. Sebel is down to 121 hit points. Mazkus goes down as De Silva, Vabon push through. Playmaker pushes through. And this is a great move by Serenity. Joseo there, one shot down he goes, turning around. Almeri and the Vickers are being pushed by Vabon. Vabon is chasing down Almeri here. And the other Almeri in the Type 71 is coming in to help his namesake. And he manages to do so. Playmaker is down to a one shot, but so is Yin. Yin pushing onto De Silva. It's all about who loads first. And it looks like, oh, Yin goes down, courtesy of Daze. We have Ventium, Almeri and Almeri left. Almeri in the Type 71 pushing through. Anya and Vabon looking to give poor old Almeri here a hard time. Here comes the other Almeri in the Vickers. And all rammed and smammed. There we go. Just one Almeri left. And he's trying to do his best to get out of the way and take down Playmaker at the same time. And I don't think it's going to happen. Oh, it doesn't happen. So, 2-0. Sorry, 2-1. Serenity taking the lead here. 2-1. As you can see, the plays there by Serenity really nicely done indeed. It's a kind of grape juice, Becky. Kind of grape juice. Why do you like it? It's a shh. It's a shh. We're in the UAE juice. So 2-1 to Serenity at this moment in time. We're swapping those spawn points here on Faust. Serenity now on the north spawn, LOCA on the south spawn. There's going to be some meta changes for both teams. This time Vase is jumping into a 50B for Serenity, and Anya jumping into a Sheridan. Maskus is jumping into a VK90, dropping out of the 50B. And it looks like Ameri is going to jump into a T100 rather than a Vickers Light, and everybody else appears to be, at the moment, in a type... No! Yin is jumped into a 907. So that's an interesting change there. The VK90 making the showing. Still an AMX50B. Ventium has jumped into that. And Yin in the 907. And Ameri, of course, into the T100 LT. 2-1 here. It is best of 7, so it's the first 2-4 victories. So it'll be an interesting one. Obviously here, if Serenity can turn this over, they will go into a match point scenario. LOCA, on the other hand, will probably just try and level it up. They've seen now how Serenity play this. They've seen how aggressive they can be. They've had a look at, you know, their movement, their focus fire. They'll be talking about that and making plays accordingly. Hit points, wow, nothing in it this time. Admittedly, Serenity still has the advantage. It's less than 200, so it's not really an advantage. Not at this level of the game. Let's get up high into the back, as we normally do. And it looks like Serenity are taking a different strat this time. They are not heading through the middle. They're going up to the silo or A-cap area. They probably won't go to the A-cap. They'll probably come through this area. LOCA, on the other hand, well, they're splitting around the map. We've got Almeri and the T100 trying to get those early spots in that bush area, which is just there. It's a great little spotting bush. We've got the VK90 fast capping D, as much as the VK90 can fast cap D. The other Almeri and the Type 71 in a forward position, just to make sure if anything comes through, they've got that covered. Ventium and Yin in the 907 and the 50B, respectively, they are just covering, and Sebel just at the back. Now we can see from here, Playmaker is just holding over in the ramp area overlooking the C-cap. Daze is quite forward trying to get those spots. Nobody has spotted anybody as of yet. LOCA are making a slight rotation around to this area. They're anticipating a push from Serenity. Serenity, on the other hand, while they've taken the A-cap, they've taken the C-cap, they've got the cap advantage. And there, oh, Anya there in the Sheridan getting tagged by every single gun that could possibly tag Anya, and losing a shed load of hit points at the same time. Anya now in danger and having to run away faster than Anya would have hoped for. Although, oh, and gets tagged again this time from Almeri and the T100 from the other side of the map. I mean, talk about spotting. However, Serenity swapping their strat. They were at the A-cap. Giseo will jump into the A-cap. LOCA will push through that area, but at the same time, over this side, Serenity are making a push onto Maskus, and Maskus here has got to be very careful. He is in a VK90, don't get me wrong, but he's getting tagged from everywhere as Playmaker and Vase are pushing down onto Ameri and the E100, trying to chase him around the map. Let's get down here. Very difficult to get under there, but we're going to try. And Maskus here is just managing to hold out. Marcus, sorry. Maskus. I mean Marcus. I'm saying it all wrong. Yes, Marcus. My bad. I can speak Cyrillic. I can't speak English Cyrillic. That's the problem I have. Cyrillic is easy for me. English Cyrillic is not so. So Marcus here just holding the line. He has got some support. Anya has gone down in the Sheridan, switching it around because LOCA are now coming in, trying to put the pressure on as Marcus manages to survive and holding on there as long as possible. Serenity do have the base points, but they don't really have the guns on the battlefield now. They've lost Anya in the Sheridan. Spitfires has also gone down, 2 tanks down, but Ventium is also a one-shot over there. Ventium into Silver tussling away. My mouse just went a bit mad. Who's going to load up first? Well, it's going to be to Silver. Maybe. But we're just going to keep our eye on that one. And we're going to pull back because it's all happening down here. Spitfire's down. Vase down. Down goes Ventium finally. But LOCA slowly crawling their way back into this one. Daze is technically a one-shot. Well, technically, there you go. One-shotted and he's gone. C-Cap is being taken. Playmaker is having a bad time over in the corner. Sebel is pushing him very, very hard. And we can see that Playmaker may not last. Playmaker here in trouble a little bit. Sebel really giving him a hard time. We're following this one rather than De Silva. I don't want to go too far into there because it throws you back out again. Just like that. Lies the problem. Anyway, let's go with Playmaker because he is the last man standing anyway. Playmaker and Sebel tussling here. Oh, he tries to get the shot to Almeri and Almeri just takes him down. So, scores are level. LOCA bringing it back. As we move into the next map. This time, Oasis Palms. It's always an interesting map, Oasis Palms. Everybody loves Oasis Palms. I mean, who doesn't love Oasis Palms? Here we go, Oasis Palms. What can we expect here? Well, we can expect quite a lot of most of the action around this area. Let's be honest. We probably will. I'm going to put red on. It's going to be around this area. Let's not kid ourselves. We may get some spots down here, some light tanks moving in, but generally you get most of the action around this area. So that's what we can expect. Waiting for the teams to ready up, we will have Serenity on that south spawn, LOCA on the north spawn. At the moment, they're both, well, neither of them are at match point. Yeah, the thing is, when I see Cyrillic, I can read it as I said. When I see it, anglicized, I always confuse P's. P's are R's, obviously, in Cyrillic, but I confuse them. So I read it not as an R, I read it as a C, which is an S, and it just gets confusing for me. Because if it was purely in Cyrillic, it'd be much easier. I could read it. Anyway, let's jump back in. Ribble, hello, how's everything going? Off, here we have it. We're about to go out now. Who is going to get to match point first? Is it going to be Serenity or is it going to be LOCA? Well, it's been up and down so far. Serenity, Type 71s, 2 Crown Wagons, a Sheridan and an IS-4. LOCA, Type 71s, a 907. Again, liking the 907 at the moment. It is a great tank, by the way, the 907. And, of course, they've got a Sheridan. Looking at the hit points, Serenity again taking that advantage. They do have that advantage on their hit points. But didn't have them in the last game. But they only had a marginal advantage last game. Let's get a pie into the back, as we normally do. This time they've got over 1,000. That's quite significant. So, as we can see here, Serenity are actually not going into the normal area. And it's going to be a bit brawly in the desert. This is a different type of strat, and this is a nice strat. We have got Almeri here pushing down in the Sheridan, trying to get those early spots. Marcus in the Type 71 is pushing down as well, and so is Yin. And Marcus is just managing to stay behind these boulders. He's going to drop down now into the channel over the other side. Sebel, Almeri, Ventium, and Giseo all pushing up. De Silva, however, and the rest of Serenity just holding back. Daze and Vase are just sitting in the city area. Vase may consider taking the A cap. Looks that's where he's going. Daze, on the other hand, is just trying to hold that area. Now we have De Silva pushing up here onto the Almeri, trying to use the armor of the Type 71 to really bait them. He has got Edwinito behind him along with Vabon. So and Playmaker is now coming up in the IS-4. So they do have tank advantage on this side at the moment to Serenity. Yin is looking to rotate back around. Marcus is getting tagged down there. And now comes a biggish push. De Silva pushing down. Adrianito also pushing down onto Sebel. They're looking to try and get Sebel out the game. Giseo's come back in. It's now 3 against 3. Playmaker is there as the fourth. Oh, but De Silva. Down goes De Silva. That was not expected. Playmaker trying to get around the back, looking to get shots into Sebel. Adrianito looking to try and keep Sebel there. What didn't happen, didn't work. And Marcus has gone down over the other side of the map. But we're going to stay with this brawl. This brawl is where it's all at. Sebel still really low, not being finished off. Oh, just tussling between Giseo there. That could be disaster, and it was, but they do take down at the same time Vabon. Now Adrianito and Playmaker are overwhelmed. Almeri have come in. Ventium is there. Yin is also coming in. They need to take down Ventium. Serenity has to take down Ventium, then turn it around and look at the other tanks. Ventium finally goes down. Giseo's coming in though. Hit points are in favour of Serenity, and so are the base points, and so are the guns on the battlefield, but only until Adrianito lasts. As can he last? Giseo's very, very healthy. He bounces. Giseo bounces Adrianito. He's still managing to stay on. He's only got 58 hit points. Giseo desperately tried and finally takes him out. Playmaker now is going to be next on the list. It's 3 against 3, however. Giseo is still very healthy, but the points are in favour. We're going to stay with this. There is a little tussle over the other side. Vase is there. Daze is there. Almeri is a one-shot. Daze in the Clanwagen. Daze goes down, but Vase is still very healthy in the area of the cap. And, oh, that's not what they wanted. They needed Playmaker to take down Almeri. And now Vase in the Clanwagen. He's got Almeri and Almeri, both of which are one-shots. Giseo, though, is not. And that is going to be the danger tank. They do have the base points, but they've only got 2 bases. That is not enough for Vase to wait this one out. If it was closer to the 800 mark, then maybe. But Vase has got to play defensively. And the 2 Almeris are not going to do anything that rash. They're going to let Giseo do the heavy lifting here. Why not? Because he's got all the HP. And you can see there, Vase has got to be careful. The chances are Vase is not going to unload his full clip. And he's not. He is down to only 800 hit points though. And now he's down to 183 as that Sheridan tags him as well. Not much Vase could do there. He needed, unfortunately, one of those tanks to go down. It wasn't happening. They managed to take out, basically, one of those tanks very early. And that allowed Almeri to survive. Great game. Nail-biting finish. Could have gone either way. We're still here on Oasis Palms. Now LOCA has match point. We're swapping those spawn points here on Oasis Palms. Serenity now on the north spawn, LOCA on the south spawn. Me with my grape juice. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to cough into the mic. It's very sandy here today and it's just horrible. Anyway, we're just waiting for them to ready up. Once they ready it up, then we'll see what they're doing. This time it looks like Serenity are going for a full-on Type 71 with the exception of Anya, who's currently sat in a Sheridan. Whereas LOCA are bringing in a couple of Yos, everybody else in a 71. So that is the lineups. That's what we've got at the moment. 71s across the board, apart from 2 Yos for LOCA and a Sheridan over there for Anya. And Serenity, yes, Endgame are still playing. Amunet is streaming Endgame. Oddly enough, they are still playing, and Anya and Amunet is streaming them. So, well, there you go. You see, we're just full of useful information for everybody out there. Match point here to LOCA. Can Serenity, however, push it further, push it out? push into the next stage. Possibly. They can possibly do it. They've done it before. They can do it again. And they have got the capability of doing it. All to play for. Points make prizes in this tournament, and that's the thing. These are round robins. Points count for everything. Looking at the hit points, again LOCA. This time, however, LOCA, I think for the first time, have taken that advantage. Mainly because Anya is in the Sheridan. This time they are going to be looking at the A side. They are not going to be looking at the C side. Kitsun is over there, admittedly, along with Anya. But the majority of the action is going to be over here. Let's not kid ourselves. Serenity making their way up there. Same with LOCA. And it's going to be a bit brawly. Psychopath Evgeny is coming in the Type 71. Interesting name. Getting into that A-cap. Ventium and Chiseo just behind. Marcus carrying on his push all the way through, along with Almeri there. Good tag onto De Silva from Evgeny. Evgeny really being able to put the pressure on there. Almeri and the other Almeri. 2 Almeris and 2 Type 71s. Very strange. Well, B-cap and A-cap's been taken. Anya over there in the Sheridan lost a lot of HP fighting off Kitsun and having to rotate out and get back to safety. We got here just a bit of a standoff over the A-cap. We'll just leave that standoff for a moment and move down because Almeri's double pushing down onto Days. But as they push onto Days, we've got Vase and everybody else pushing onto Psycho. Evgeny here is probably going to go down. Can't really survive this. Evgeny goes down. Now where they're going to switch their attention, is it going to be to Ventium? Days is basically trying to tie up as many tanks as possible, waiting for his team to come round and try to put the shots in. Ventium is going to be the focus. That lumbering Yo with its very HE-able engine. However, Marcus is also in a world of trouble here. So they're focusing the tanks that they can. Playmaker is going to go and chase down. Marcus goes down. De Silva, however, goes down. 2 tanks down apiece. Points are in favour of LOCA. And so is hit points. Serenity losing hit points wildly as they got to be careful here. The hit points are still favouring LOCA quite considerably. Playmaker. Oh, down goes Spitfires. That's a big loss. 3 tanks down here now for Serenity. LOCA have got the upper hand. Ventium managing to get out. Vabon looking to take down Giseo, but Vase comes in and takes him down. But it's only 4 tanks left, and Anya is very unhealthy with 200 hit points in a Sheridan. Down, however, goes Kitsun. Playmaker, very healthy still, but they are going to be focusing Vase. Oh, down goes Almeri. Oh, but down goes Vase. It's 2 against 3. Vabon, look, oh, Vabon goes down. That is some fantastic stuff from Ventium there in this Yo. And now Playmaker's got to make these shots count. Almeri is incredibly healthy. Anya in the Sheridan is a one-shot and has also got to be very careful. Ventium and Playmaker, this is a 1v1. Almeri is coming in to help out, trying to get those side shots in. Anya really can't do much about it. Oh, Anya can! Anya takes down Ventium. Now they can both turn their attentions to Almeri. Anya is looking to get a good roll in. Anya does 500, but Playmaker is a one-shot. Anya is a one-shot. Anya is going to stay right behind Almeri here and going to try and get a big roll into the side, and it does. And a great move by Playmaker. Now Almeri is a one-shot, and he can't take out both tanks. However, look at their points. 960. Playmaker could do. Oh, Anya, who was a one-shot for most of this game, brings it back and puts Serenity at match point. Wow. Unbelievable. I mean, what can you do? That is... I mean, Anya lost so many hit points in the opening of that game, and then went around the rest of that game on 123. To come back and absolutely be that detrimental towards LOCA, that was massive. Oof. So, Decider. And I forgot to say which map it was. My bad. It's Ghost Factory. We are Decider on Ghost Factory. Oh... Vale is next, by the way. This is Ghost Factory. What can we expect to see here? Well, not much, because if they go here, which is what they generally do, it's very, very difficult to get down in there, to be honest with you. But we'll do our best. Ghost Factory, always an interesting map. We may get some capping here. We may get them pushing through along this route. We just don't know yet. It's not the easiest of maps to play. Jumping back into the room. Type 71s are the order of the day here for Serenity. Although Anya is pondering. LOCA, well, we're still waiting for LOCA to fully ready up. They've still got half a minute, so it's plenty of time. Now we have Marcus in a VK72 being joined by Yin in a Type 71 because our Mary jumped in the VK72. So double VK72, double 60 TP with Psycho Evgeny and Yaseo in a 60 TP. The rest, Type 71s all the way. De Silva and Anya changing their tanks there at the last minute, going into 60 TPs. So the 60 TPs are still making a showing. This is the last game for this opening round robin for these clans. Who is going to take that victory? Took it all the way here. Match point, both sides. It's going to be a difficult one. Hit points in favour of LOCA for the second time this evening. Let's get up high. And, yep, with no light tanks, nobody is making a move for that ACAT. And if they when they go in there, it's going to be a blooming nightmare to try and spectate, because it is. I mean, if the roof was open, it would be nice because we could get down and in, but the roof isn't open, so we've got to jump down and in, unfortunately. So here we have rolling with Anya in the 60 TP onto the B cap, pushing through there, trying to get really up close and personal with the LOCA guys. Playmaker also about to push through. Now we got De Silva and Days pushing through from the other side. Marcus just trying to hold the corner here from Days. And, oh, great shot from Vase in. And another shot, this time De Silva. Marcus really getting tagged quite a lot here. And this is the worst part of trying to spectate this bloody map. Over this side, we have got Ventium and Kitsune. Not in yet. Oh, Ventium losing a load of HP there, courtesy of Anya and Spitfires, I believe. Kitsune also getting tagged. Days is, however, a one-shot, so got to be careful there. Has Days. We're going to go back over. Marcus has survived that battle. Yin, however, is not going to survive here. Vase is really piling the pressure down. Yin is going to go down unless Elmeri can block, and Elmeri does block. And Yin manages to take down Spitfires instead. I mean, that looked like it was going to go one way. Now Serenity are on the back foot. They are on the back foot here. We've got Vabon trying to take down Ventium. Ventium was looking very low earlier, but Ventium has got the support there with Kitsune. Vabon, oh, he just can't lend those shots. Anya is the other tank out there. Oh, I'm trying to find them. Here is Vabon again. He is just in a world of pain. Not much he can do. Vabon is a one-shot. Vase is a one-shot. Vase surrounded by LOCA. And down they go. LOCA get it. And it's a horrible, horrible map to try and do the free cam, because everybody goes, they all go into that area and you just can't free cam it. It's absolutely nightmare. But commiserations there to Serenity. Boy, did they hold their own all the way through. It was so tantalizingly close. But LOCA on the decider, sealing that deal. Ooh. Oh, that was intense. Let's have a look. We are with Vale next. When are they going out? Because that's who we're meant to have next. Vale went out earlier against Phoenix, beat Phoenix 4-0. We've got approximately 20 minutes before Vale go out with Serenity. So there we go. There we go. That's what we're looking at. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to get some replays up and running whilst I go to the bathroom. But I'll get some replays up and running first, and we'll put on some. Who shall we go out with? What shall we see? Let's have a look at my long-suffering tune mate Effalump in a VK 100.01p. Oh, anyway, I'm back from the bathroom and getting another Vin juice. Oh, what an opening round. Fantastic. You couldn't have asked for better, really. Not really. And just goes to show how competitive it is at this level. It's incredibly competitive. I mean, you would look and think, LOCA, a very strong team, etc. That SNTY are equally strong. And that could have gone either way. Could have gone either way. Anyway, this is, as I said, my long-suffering tune mate, Effalump, rolling out in a VK. Bless him. I haven't played a VK for a long time. For a long time. It's been a long time. Oh, and he's been called a noob, apparently. Despite the fact he's a very good player. He's actually a pro player, but called a noob. Yes, that's the name of the game. That's Blitz for you. If you get wrecked first, just call your teammate a noob. It's always what you should be doing. It is a 1 against 3, however. He's got 2 TDs out there, and 2 TDs and a KV. Or is it a smasher? Or is it a smasher? It's a smasher. There you go. Borsig and ISU and the smasher to contend with. Well, apart from the Borsig, the other two can be pretty OP when they want to be. So it's going to be an interesting one, this. I know Effalump playstyle very well, and if anybody can do it, I know he can. Believe me. He's quite level-headed in these tricky situations. Hello, Smasher. Goodbye, Smasher. Hello, says Effalump. Thank you for playing, Smasher. Not as OP as you think, clearly. Oh, I've got a squeaky chair. Sorry about that. Don't mean to have a squeaky chair, but there we go. Oh, hello, Borsig. Take some of that. What a bounce. Like I said, it's not the Borsig who's the problem, it's more of the IS who's the problem. The IS is right behind him, So, oh, what a bounce. He double bounce. Unbelievable. The Borsig not bouncing him that time, but he's not interested in the SU. He's interested in taking out this Borsig first and foremost. Give him a nice little ram, as you do, and then finish him off, as you do. Boom. Ta-da then. Hello, ISU. Your turn, baby. As I said, if anybody can hold this, it's definitely somebody with the caliber of the Effalump. Poor SU. Bounced him again. He's almost bounced as much as he's dished out here. Wowzers. Oh, another 489 into the cheeks of the SU. Look at him levelling up here. Angling and getting yet another bounce. The SU just not able to pen. It's not like he's using the bottom gun either. He's using the derp. But when you're up against a player who knows how to angle, oh, he angled that one incorrectly, but he does know how to angle. And poor SU, he's an HE shot away, although FS probably just going to use his AP because it will just slice right through the front of this tank. And there you go. What a Kolobanoff. 5.2k damage, 3.2k bounced. Can't ask for better. Woo-hoo. And what a fantastic game that was. 5 kills. Kolobanoff, Steel Wall, Mastery. Oh, every single medal under the sun. Couldn't have asked for better. Did he earn any credits? Only mildly. And was he a noob, as he was shouted at? Well, clearly a noob. Absolutely, clearly. Clearly a complete and utter noob. Clearly. So we're going off in quite a bit of time yet. Let's have a look at the other standings whilst we're here on the chart. So we already, there we go. So Vale have got 1 point, LOCA 1 point to the 2 BPSs have also got points. Serenity, Phoenix, Endgame losing out there to BPS 4 and 2. So that's BPS's top team, I believe, if I remember rightly. Yes, it is. So that's the BPS top team. Turning over Endgame there 4 and 2. Sparta also going down. They were playing against BPS also. They went down 4-0 against BPS's other team. It's hard to say that this other team is not the top team, because when you look at all those win rates and you see all those names like Object 3 and RG and Radikos and Spitty and 745 Sticky and Senor Musafa, these are great players. So it's difficult to turn around and say, oh, they were terrible. We're watching Vale against Serenity next. LOCA, well, they are going out against BPS next. So that's who they are fighting. Just to put you back in the picture, because there are other streams out there, guys. I'm not the only streamer today. So these are the other streams. What is going down is the following. Amunet will be following BPS versus Sparta, it says there. So that's BPS top team against Sparta, apparently. But I can't really see that because it gets a bit rubbled at the end. We'll go through that properly. But she is following, I think, actually she's following Endgame. Let me just check again, because what's on Discord doesn't necessarily mean what's correct. So the next game for Endgame, once it loads up, I'll tell you who is streaming that. So it's Endgame against Sparta. So Endgame against Sparta, that is being streamed by Amunet. Okay, her link is there her link is there. She's also got the link on Discord. That's the World of Tanks Blitz main Discord server, and in game. We, however, are following Serenity against Vale. That's who we're following. Moving down, 9-0, he is streaming LOCA against BPS. That's being streamed in English as well. And then Robert85, who is streaming in Spanish, is following BPS against Phoenix. So those are the games that are out there. That's what's being streamed. You will find these both in the game. Go to the tournaments tab, go to the new way to play tournament, click on streams, and you will see the links there. Alternatively, go to the Water Tanks Blitz Discord server, where they also will give the links in the announcements page. So go out there and you'll find that. We're not kicking off for a while. Actually, we're kicking off in about 15 minutes. Yep, about 15 minutes, where we'll be following Vale against Serenity. So let's find another replay. We've got plenty of them. Let's see who we've got. Let's have a look at this one in the Progetto. Oh, I do like the Progetto. Interesting tank. If you can play it well, and you can get all those shots to land, it's a beast of a tank. And I know a lot of people do enjoy it. I haven't played it for a while, to be fair. Mainly because I've been fed up with just playing auto loaders in tier 10. Or auto reloaders, as the case may be. Because there's just a lot of auto loaders in tier 10. It's, wow, that's just the way it is. Just catching up with the chat here. Hello, Tanker's Corner. Martin, I think I said hello to you earlier. Agassi, I think I said hello to you as well. Adrianito, hello, my friend. How are you? Ephalump is there as well. We just showed you a replay, big fella. APA Ernest, what's going on? Are you mounting over there in Poland or something? I don't know what's happening, man. You seem to be having issues. Can't help you. I'm already living in a furnace. Welcome to my club. At least I've got AC over here, though. So we're still set for some great games later, guys. The action has not finished as of yet. Then we get to round robin, so it's all about points on the board. Points on the board. Sounds a little bit like a thespian. Bums on seats, lovey. Bums on seats. Oh, grape juice. Oh, that was a penetrating shot. Absolutely certain of it. Already at just shy of 4K. What a game. What a game. Lovely. Tricky tank to play, the Progetto, to be honest. It's not easy for the majority of the player base. Most of the players watching this, however, are top of the game, so they don't struggle as much as the majority. But quite a lot of players do struggle in this one. Although it's not, according to Blitzstars, it's not the trickiest medium out there. That moniker firmly lies with... Oh, we're not going to bounce that, but good effort. Firmly lies with the Leo 1 as being the trickiest of all the mediums to play. And you can see why. I mean, people just see these great replays on YouTube and think they can play the tank the same way. And it's very difficult to play, you know, these tricky tanks like a Leo the same way as some of the replays you see on YouTube. Because most of the replays are being sent in by, you know, some of the top players in the game. But you know, with a bit of effort and a bit of determination, you can go out there and do that. My young lad, Georgie, Mini Fujit in-game name, he just got his first mastery apparently, so he came to tell me. Oh, that's a great engine fire, Azazel. You needed that, Azazel. What a great engine fire that was. Oh, that poor T95. Deary me. Yes, Azazel, you held that line very, very well indeed. That was some good brawling over there, buddy. Can't knock you for that, man. Really can't. Anyway, poor old IS4, not going to last. 6.9k. Is that the right amount, or was that does that include the shot on the E4 that dropped off the map? Nope, because there you go. 7.7k. 6 kills, 6 damage, 290 assisted, and a well-deserved mastery. Can't ask for better than that. Not really. It's a great little game. And what another fantastic little carry. Awesome stuff. Really, really awesome. I think we've got time for one more replay. Just don't know what to play. Let's try I've got one here in a 50 TP which I haven't played. Oh no, let's play this one in the Kranwagen. The Kranwagen. Tricky tank, the Kranwagen. Not gonna lie. You know, a lot of people still say that 215B is the worst performing heavy in tier 10. I'm not convinced. I rolled out it yesterday on stream, and I will be doing a video on it because Blitz style says it is. But I still think that this is probably the worst performing heavy in tier 10. Just my view. Yeah, it got a bit of a buff. The Wargaming gave it a little bit more loving. But did that help it? No, not really. I mean, look, before they nerfed it, it always had shocking DPM. It was never a DPM monster. But when they nerfed it to traverse, it really did hurt the tank. Now they've given some of that back, but it's still not where it used to be. And with the introduction of tanks like the T71 and the 60 TP, this little Kran has kind of been power crept at tier 10. Now, I had the 60 TP and the LT100 and the T100 LT and the Type 71 not come into the game with the parameters that they came in with, then maybe, just maybe, the Kranwagen would stand a chance. But, you know, with those there, it's just not going to be, you know, the shining glory that it once was when it was first introduced. It's still got stonkingly great turret armor, don't get me wrong, and it's just the mobility now that lacks. I mean, they nerfed the enhanced speed boost. That didn't help it. This poor AE phase 1, bless him. They nerfed the enhanced speed boost. That didn't help the Kranwagen. They then nerfed its traverse. That didn't help the Kranwagen. Admittedly, as I said, they've given it some loving back, but it's still not there. I mean, don't get me wrong, you still have good games in it. You know, you can still play the tank nicely, but with it performing so mediocre to how it used to, the bar to get those masteries now is a little bit lower than what it used to be in the Kranwagen. That's not to take anything away from this game. I mean, he's knocked out 3k here, and gets a good engine fire there. And Cody Noah Shada is doing really well. This is a good game in the Kranwagen, 3.3k. That's not shabby in a tank like this anymore. You know, it's pretty difficult now to get this stuff. So he's doing well. He's got to fully reload that magazine. And this is the thing with the Crown Value. You really need to load it up. Now he's at 3.7k. Looks like he's going to be able to finish off this 50 TP pretty nicely. And there you go. One tank left. Object 268. Just shy of 4k. I mean, that 4k puts him in the realms of, there you go, 4.3k. Puts him in the realms of the mastery. That's it's going to be a great one, I think. Well deserved. Tricky tank, as I say. Not the easiest anymore. And it is a mastery. So there you go, look. You know, it just goes to show how things change. Great little game, that. Congratulations on your ace, my friend. Lovely. Right, did we get the room? Yes, we did. We're going to ready up and then jump back out again. We are going out with... I need to take that off. Dear me. We are going out on, I believe, Vineyards. This is Vineyards. So what are we going to expect here on Vineyards? Well, it's difficult to say. Normally, you get a lot of action around this area on Vineyards. You get fast caps on B, fast cap on A, and then normally a lot around here. However, some like to go this way, and some like to send tanks up here. With the meta being what it is, then it's difficult to predict what they're going to do. I'm still thinking that maybe most of the action is going to be around this area, but you just never know. And therein, you know, that's the thing. Now, this is going to be Serenity against Vale. Vale coming on the back of a win, but they came off the back of a victory there. And Serenity coming off the back of a loss. However, you know, let's not kid ourselves here. Serenity just played fantastically in the last game. So it's not like they're coming back with a massive, massive loss. Let's just jump into the game. What we have here, we will have Serenity on the north spawn, Vale on the south spawn. Neither team is fully readied up as of yet. And again, we're seeing a lot of showing for the Type 71. So we'll just wait for them to fully ready up. At the moment, we've only got one missing on the Vale team. So we have Wenu. We have, oh no, Wenu's jumping out. No, who's playing? Oh, Pencil Case maybe jumping in. Not in a Sheridan missile attack. Serenity have their role readied up first. De Silva in a Crown Wagon. Anya in a Leo 1. Playmaker in the AMX 54. Spitfires, Vabon, Vase all in 71s. Days in a Sheridan. We are still waiting for Vale to ready up, however. It's still best of 7, and we're not on Vineyards, despite the fact that it said Vineyards when I jumped into the briefing. We're actually on Castilla. Thank you. If you go, they did this to me the other night, Wargaming. The description in the overview is not the same description as in the game. So yeah, that happens. And yeah, they did it to me the other day. Where they said we're going out on Black Goldville, and we didn't. We went out on Vineyards. They've just did it again. Going out on Castilla, not Vineyards, despite it saying Vineyards. But there you go. Anyway, let's jump into the room now. We've got just over a minute to go. So here we have, let's have a look. Have we got the logos? Yes, we have, but they're wrong. Here we have Serenity fully readied up. Vale still not readied up as of yet. Ego Chi High looks like he's going to be in the 71 along with Tranquility, Wonderkind and Oslo. We will have Pashong in a Concept 1B, Pencil Case in the 215B, Shirex in a Sheridan. So we've got Concept 215B and Sheridan. Everybody else is in a Type 71. That is Vale's lineup. That is what they're looking at. And I've just noticed that my face is covered by my own logo. So I'm just going to move it a little bit. There we go. Less than half a minute to go now, before we roll out onto Group 1, Tour 2, here on a round robin. First stage, which is the final stage, like it's like the pro stage, yeah. Just waiting for that countdown timer to go down even further. Might change the camera angle again, because when I see it in YouTube, it shows me like it being covered up completely by a logo, and although maybe I should drop it down a little bit as well, so I don't interfere too much with the game. There we go. Talking about the game, we are now in it. Hit points, wow, there's nothing in it really. Vale do have the slight advantage, but it's ever so slight, ever so slight. Let's get up high into the back of the map and see what the strat. Well, we're not going to get to the back. We're going to get to the corner over here and try and see what the strats are going to be. Well, already we have Anya looking to go very high there. Going up high. The Silver and Days are going to be covering, and the rest of the team seem to be moving around. Whereas Vale are going to hard push it, by looks like it, into and through the sea cap. So let's just get over there quickly. Pencil Case is just going to be overlooking. Shirex is trying to get up. Vale, well, they're stacking up 3 of their heavies. Tranquility, Wonderkind and Ozol are all stacked up over the sea cap, but there are shots coming across. Pencil Case, Pashong and Ego Chihai are all sort of, Pashong is going up high into the castle area here, trying to use that hold down capability of the concept to try and get those shots across. At the moment, nobody's really spotted there for Serenities to allow Vale to do that. We do have, however, Vase, Spitfires in Vabon making a move up and past the A cap. Spitfires is calling out to attack Pashong in that concept 1B. Shirex is making a counter rotation here, trying to give a little bit of support, I think, to Pashong, because they've now spotted Spitfires. But Shirex has got to be careful. The A cap will now be taken here by Serenity, and it will be free real estate for them at this moment in time. So Serenity will get the advantage. Pashong now moves round, but can't really put any shots in, even with the gun depression. Just going to stay on this castle area, because look, no, Spitfires and Vase are moving back out, moving back around. You can see here the way that Vale are lining up. They probably may try and steal the A cap back, but Vabon is going to stay there just to annoy them and give them the impression that most of those Type 71s are still there. Looking over to the sea cap, Tranquility is making a move back. Ozol is going to stay there. Shirax and Wonderkind are also making a move back round, and it does look like Vale are going to try and steal this cap back. Ego Shihai is trying to get onto the corner there. Pashong is trying to get those spots. All he can spot at the moment is Vabon, and he's trying to get the shots in, just can't get them in at this moment in time. Vase is pushing up as well. Defensive positioning here for Serenity, mainly because they've got the advantage, they've got the cap, and they've got the caps covered. Playmaker is covering that B cap. Anya is over there, along with Days and De Silva covering that C cap and the B cap to an extent. And we've got the 3 Type 71s, Spitfires, Vase and Vabon covering A, but now here we go with the push from Vale towards the A cap. Ego Chihai is the one who's been given the call to get into A. Down he goes, he gets tagged for it. Spitfires is sat there waiting for that. That's what Vabon was trying to do. Vabon was trying to sort of bait them over. Ego Chihai is having to run back out of there. Over the other side of the map, De Silva and Days are pushing onto the Type 71 there of Vale. Ego still unable to cap. Moving over to that side of the map, if my mouse won't be so... the Type 71 here, he gets a good shot back into De Silva, but it's not really helping him. Vale, however, they're leaving him as a sacrificial lamb, and he is going to be sacrificial. Playmaker puts a massive shot in as Vale jump into this A cap. They need to take out a tank though. They've just lost their T-71. They've got to take out Vabon, and they do. Wonderkind carries on his push, looking to put shots into Vase, but he's lost a lot of hit points in doing so. They are pushing down onto Vase. Wonderkind is now a one-shot. Tranquility needs to come in and help out. Oh, Vase drops down, but Wonderkind, down he goes. Tranquility here, trying to put the shots in. Spitfires comes into help out. Pencil Case is also coming around in the 215B. Playmaker putting some great shots in, so is Anya. Pencil Case now looking to put the effort onto Vase. Vase is now in trouble, but that's a great block by Spitfires. Doesn't help though, Vase goes down, but Pencil Case losing a lot of HP there. Spitfires is still incredibly healthy. 2 tanks down apiece. And Pencil Case is looking worse for wear. Tranquility needs to make this shot count. Another great shot coming in from Playmaker. Down goes Spitfires. They needed that, did Vale. But they've lost a lot of hit points in doing it. The hit points are firmly in favour of Serenity. Same with the base points. They have got the points. They've got the hit points. They don't have the guns on the battlefield, but they have everything else in their favour. And our instrumental was Anya and Playmaker here. Ego, Chi-Hi and Tranquility trying to push up. Playmaker pushing counter. Trying to get around and trying to get those shots in. Playmaker managing to get through and putting in a massive roll there into Tranquility. At the same time though, De Silva is trying to tell them push onto Ego. Ego pushes up onto De Silva, wants to take De Silva out. Pencil Case down, De Silva goes down. Pashong and Shirex are the last 2 standing, but it doesn't matter. It's 1 on points in any event. 1-0 here to Serenity. You can see there, Anya there doing some great stuff in that Leo. Really piling on the pressure there for Vale. We're now going to swap the spawn points here on Vineyards. We will have Vale on the south spawn, Vale on the north spawn, Serenity on the south spawn. 1-0, best of 7, so it's still a long way to go, but it's 1-0 to the good for Serenity. Vale will be needing to bring this one back, and they will be looking to bring this one back. Great moves there by Serenity. Really good move, putting that Leo right on top of the hill, and then having Playmaker overlooking that B cap, making sure that there was crossfires everywhere. Stealing that A cap from underneath the nose, realistically, of Vale didn't help Vale's cause. So, looking at the lineups, we have Anya in a Sheridan, Playmaker in a 50B, and doubling up with Vase also in a 50B. That is the lineup for Serenity. Everybody else is in a 71. Moving across to Vale, wow, we have Pencil Case in a TVP, doubling up with Tranquility also in a TVP. We then have Ozol in a 215B and Shirex in a Sheridan. The remaining 3, Ego, Pashong and Wunderkind, all in a Type 71. Although Ozol has just changed that into a 4005. So the 4005 is making a showing here. Interesting calls. This is the second game of this tour. Tour 2, I think this one is called, here on Castilla. Hit points are in favour of Serenity. Always going to be, what with Vale taking those lighter skinned vehicles, mainly the TVP and the FV. But let's get up into the back of the map as we always do, and we're going to float around towards the C-cap area this time and see what they're going to be doing. So we're going to park ourselves on this windmill area, and we can see that Shirex there in the Sheridan trying to get up to the castle area very quickly. He's going to come across Anya, maybe, probably. They're going to equally spot each other. Nobody from Serenity coming this way. Ozol in the 4005 is going to be on Overwatch. Pashong is there, and already Shirex getting absolutely tagged. Got to get out of there. The majority of the Vale team are over by the C-cap. They've got to be careful of Playmaker there in the 50B, doubling up. And Shirex running away. And Serenity hard pushing into the A-cap. Open to catch out Pashong here. Pashong is the last man there. But he does have support in the form of the 4005, who is not loaded. But he will be shortly. Now we've got the TVPs rotating back around also. Pashong is pretty much out in the open here. Vase in the 50B is looking to try and use that elevation to try and get the shots in. Osoli's getting the shots across as well, but he's just been tagged by De Silva. He does get some shots into De Silva. The A-cap has yet to be taken. Osoli's now still reloading. He's just entered the clip. And hit points, well, they're being whittled down on both sides, to be fair. Pashong really can't do much. Vase drops down. Base points again in favour of Serenity here. So Serenity getting those base points. Wonderkind and Ego looking to put pressure onto these 50Bs. Playmaker stayed up whilst Vase dropped down. Shirex is looking to also get those shots across. Moving back over to this side to Silver. Tapped again. Pencil case in the TVP this time. Trying to put the shots in. Wow. Wowzers. Unbelievable. Days getting tagged as well. De Silva and Days really can't get out of there. Those reloaders are just a killer with their quick reload. Unbelievable. Pashong comes down to try and take out Days. Days goes down. De Silva goes down. 2 tanks down there. Vale now have the upper hand. But over this side, Spitfires, Vabon and Vase are pushing. Playmakers also pushing down onto the 71. Wonderkind is coming in to help out. Wonderkind will be loaded with an HE. Big roll into the Sheridan. He goes down. And Anya comes in to try and help out as well. Ego is caught out here. Can't do anything about it. He's trying to get the shots into Playmaker, but he can't. Down he goes. Playmaker survives by the skin of his teeth. 2 tanks down a piece, and the hit points are now back in favour of Serenity. Playmaker, however, is a one-shot. Spitfires pushing up into Wonderkind, trying to push Wonderkind back. Wonderkind does get back into relative safety. Spitfires, however, maybe Pashong can come round and put some pain into him, and he does. Wonderkind taken down by Vabon, couldn't do anything about it. Playmaker still survived. Vase also very, very healthy. The tranquility there in the TVP. Oh, the FV is getting pounded. Down he goes, courtesy of the 50B of Playmaker, who is on 100 and something hit points. Unbelievable. And just like that, the game changes. Just like that. It's now 3 against 4. Vale have the upper hand. They don't have the hit points, they don't have the cap points, and they don't have the tanks. They've only got 2 against 4. Pashong is pushing down onto Anya here. Playmaker is going to survive this game by looks on it, and he gets a good shot. That's Vase coming in. Down goes Pashong, leaving Tranquility. Last player standing. This one is going to go to Serenity. Serenity should go 2-0 up here. Tranquility will empty the clip, but it doesn't matter anyway. It is all over. 2-0 to Serenity. On fire here today on Castilla. And Playmaker, not only did he dish out a shed load of damage, he was a one-shot and managed to escape. Wow. Well played indeed. Now we're on Vineyards. You see, that's how that works. Now we're on Vineyards. I'm telling you, they do it just to confuse me. They really do. Now it's Vineyards. Anyway, we will have Serenity on the north spawn and Vale on the south spawn. Excuse me while I sup some grape. Just ready for them to readying up. Now, we went through the strat earlier. For those of you who missed it, it could be anything. Expecting most of the action to be around here, but you never know. They do send tanks this way, some of the heavies. They do send mediums and lights this way. It all depends on what they're going to take. And it looks like it's still going to be pretty much T7 Type 71s all the way. 2 Leos, however, look to be making a call here for Serenity in the form of De Silva and Anya. Everybody else in a Type 71. Vale, wow, we got Pashog in a 215B, Shirix in a Sheridan, and Oslo in a 215B as well. Everybody else seems to be in a Type 71. Yeah, couldn't agree with you more, Specky. The problem is with these autoloaders, especially, there's just too many autoloaders. That's the thing. And, they're just nasty, especially the TVPs. I mean, the TVPs are just horrible. De Silva jumping into a Type 71 and Days jumping into the Leo along with Takos. Takos has come in as well. So Vabon jumping out. So we have 3 Leos here. That's an interesting call. 3 Leos for Serenity. So Serenity at the moment 2-0 to the good. Vale have got to try their best to bring this right back. Well, it looks like Serenity are heading for the town area with the exception of 1. What about Vale? What are they up to? Well, Vale are going to try and fast cap by looks on it, the B cap, and sending their Sheridan right up into the ruins with the rest of the tanks. So their big heavies lumbering over. They're going to try and take Pashong and Oslo here to keep an eye out over that side. Ego, Chihai and Vanu are looking to push down onto the A cap. Serenity, on the other hand, are looking to push into C cap and then try and hold the middle area. That's exactly what they're doing with Playmaker and De Silva. And De Silva getting tagged a little bit there. Vale still trying to make the move. Spitfires is there as the rear guard for anybody who tries to jump into the A cap and to spot up. Pashong losing a little bit of hit points there, but so far De Silva and Days have been tagged a lot more. Vale have got the hit point advantage at the moment. At the moment. Playmaker's making a move. Playmaker's making a play. As you say. A cap is not being taken, nor is the B cap. It's an interesting strat here. No caps. De Silva and Playmaker trying to push onto these 215Bs. And they're making it nicely. Vase has now come up into support. Tranquility and Wenu have been called back. And so is Ego Chihai. Just to try and protect Pashong and Oslo. At the same time, the Leos of Takos, Anya and Days are already here as well. The B cap is now going to be taken. Wenu has jumped in, but it's a little bit too late for that. I mean, 430 points adrift at the moment. 130 points adrift. But Wunderkind now looking to push down on towards Vase. They're trying to contain De Silva, Vase and Playmaker. De Silva is a one-shot and should go down. Vase here is now the next on the list. And you can see they're all coming in. Days is also really, really low. So is Anya in those Leos. Vase should go down here. Tranquility should finish off, and Tranquility does. That allows Wenu to be freed up to push onto Tacos or Days. Looking for Tacos here. Pashong has gone down, however, but so does Tacos. 3 for 1 at the moment. Ego is very low. If they can take Days out, but Days maybe... Oh, Ego managing to take Days. Anya goes down at the same time. And Spitfire's coming into action. He was playing over at the far side just as the Overwatch. Trying to take down Shirex here. At the same time, Playmaker and Wunderkind are just tussling with each other. Shirex doesn't get the shot in. Wunderkind will push down onto Playmaker. And Playmaker and Wunderkind, that should go to Wunderkind possibly. Or I don't know, because Playmaker may have Spitfires are still alive. Wunderkind manages to get out of danger. It's who is going to... Oh, down goes Spitfires. Playmaker's the only one surviving. He gets taken down by also there in the 215B. Vale with a slight comeback. It's now 2-1 to Serenity. Vale turning it around ever so slightly here on Vineyards. Clearly a better map for them. And can they continue that? Well, we will find out. We will be going back out on the Vineyards, this time swapping those spawn points. We will have Serenity on the south spawn, Vale on the north spawn. So it's going to be interesting. Vale grabbing one back here against Serenity. They'd like to grab another one, and then they'd like to sort of go further forward. Obviously, who wouldn't? So that's what Vale's action plan is at this moment in time. Try and get back into this game. They've got 1 foot back into it. They need to plant both into it. Serenity, well, that time they were just turned over a little bit. 3 Leos were probably a Leo too far at the end of the day. But, you know, Vale would be happy with that. Won't just sit back and they will say, yeah, we took it, we'll take it, we'll have it every day of the week. Looking at the teams, De Silva now jumping into a Crown Wagon along with Playmaker and Spitfires. Days into a Batchat and Anya into a Sheridan. Vabon and Vase into 71s. Moving over to Vale, Pashong still in a 215B, Shurex in a TVP, doubling up with Oslo, everybody else in a Type 71. So that is what we're looking at here as we change those spawn points on Vineyards. Still, the advantage is sitting with Serenity. Vale, however, clawing their way back into the game here, and that's exactly what they intended to do. Just waiting and waiting. Have another drink. Sorry, guys. Gets thirsty work, you know. Looking at the overall hit points, it's in favour of Serenity. So here we go. Serenity will be looking to try and consolidate and get to that match point. Serenity, well, they're just spreading out a little bit more this time. They're not going into the C cap area from this spawn. They're going Days straight into the B cap, and he's going to be supported with Anya and Spitfires and Playmaker just behind in the clans. Moving over the map, you can see Vale, Pashong and Ego just on Overwatch at the B cap. Wonderkind and Tranquility coming down to this area here into this little dip to try and keep some Overwatch whilst the rest of the team edge towards that C cap. The idea here being that let Serenity push onto A and then try and take them down. Pretty much what Serenity's strat was in the last game. C cap here is being taken. Days getting tagged a little bit. He went up. I'm trying to look to see if he could get those spots over at the A cap, but Tranquility, Wonderkind, Pashong and Ego Chi-Hi is just too much. You will now see the rotations here of Vale. They've taken the C cap. They'll rotate back round towards the A cap area. Unlike what we saw with Serenity, Serenity pushed straight through onto the B cap. It looks like Vale with their soft skin TVPs are not going to be doing that. They would rather probably take that take the A cap and then force Serenity to make a move either to C or into A. Ego Chi-Hi is jumping into the A cap. We're just going to go over to the ruins area. And you can see here that Serenity have also rotated. They are looking to probably steal back the C cap. When and Wonderkind are still there, they are there to make sure that if anything untoward does happen, they've got enough there to sort of help out. A cap has been taken, so a hit point so the points advantage will now swing in favour of Vale. And it looks like Vale are going to try and make a move with Pashong and Ego here onto that B cap. Serenity, well, they've still got Spitfires and Playmaker here, all down in their clan wagons. They have gone down to the C cap. The C cap will be taken. They will therefore get the second cap. However, Ego Chi-Hi jumps into that B cap. That will make Playmaker and Spitfires come into action, which is exactly what they're doing. Resetting the cap there. Ego just pushing back out. At the moment, Serenity have the point, but they also still have their hit points. No, they've just lost their hit point advantage. They've still got the guns like equal Stevens, and they've not the base points. So, but Spitfires and Playmaker. Whoa! Playmaker goes down, and that changes the dynamic of the game. Spitfires has got to be careful now. He's got to be very careful. Spitfires is being focused. Tranquility and Wonderkind coming from the rear. Spitfires will not last this little brawl. Vabon and Anya desperately trying to get involved. Ego coming in. And we've got Vabon and Anya. 2 tanks down here. That has changed the whole dynamic of this game here on Vineyards. And now Vabon and Anya, Oslo and Ego looking to flank round and try and catch Anya and Vabon in a pincer, which has kind of worked. And Oslo there with that TVP will be able to clip out, but no, comes from across the map by Wonderkind. So 2 tanks left. It's only 2 tanks left. It's Days in the bat chat and Vase in the 71. It looks like Vase is being surrounded by Tranquility and Wonderkind. Wonderkind had a fantastic little game here. Oh, Tranquility may be caught out, but down goes the bat chat of Days. Vase is the last man standing, but it's all over on the points anyway. So, Vale bringing it back around, levelling up that score, 2-2. Wowzers. This is why these tournaments are so fantastic, you know. Oops. Because when you least expect it, they come back, and they do comebacks like that. And, you know, it sets it up for just a great, great game. We're next going on Molenbeek, which my dog who's in the chat will now shout at me for pronouncing it wrong. Not really played this map in a tournament environment myself, and I haven't really streamed much of it, but I'm expecting a lot of the action to be around this kind of area rather than here. I have seen some teams go to C, but most of it seems to happen in this kind of area. I myself haven't played on Molenbeek in a tournament scenario, so it's pretty difficult for me to say. I haven't even trained with the Vale team this season, which is what I normally do. At least then I get an understanding of what strats are going to be done. I haven't been able to do that this time round, so I don't know what they're going to do. I'm going to be as surprised as you, basically. We will have Serenity on the South Spawn, Vale on the North Spawn. At the moment, it's level pegging who is going to get to that match point first. We will have Anya in a Leo 1, Playmaker jumping back into the AMX-54, Days jumping into a TVP, everybody else for Serenity in a Type 71. Moving over to Vale, well, we have Pashong still in a 215B, Shirex jumping into a Batchat, and Oslo jumping into a Sheridan. Everybody else into a Type 71. And that is the lineups. That is the meta that they're going for. So, who's going to get to match point first? Serenity or Vale? Well, we've got a front row seat to find out. Looking at the hit points, firmly in favour of Serenity this time. Quite, it's not massive, it's just over 500, so, but, you know, it's in their favour at the end of the day. Let's jump up to the top of the map, as we normally do, and, well, there you go, look, they go to the C-cap. This is what happens when you don't do the training, and you don't play these maps in tournaments. You lose, you fail to appreciate exactly what strats these guys are going to play. So, Serenity are heading to the C-cap, moving over the map, which is more the sort of strat I've seen. The Vale are looking at the A-cap area. So at the moment we've got polarizing caps. Everybody to C for Serenity, everybody to A for Vale. Polarized. I don't know what the sentiments are about this map at the moment. The C-cap has been taken, so point advantage and cap advantage will go to Serenity. Moving over, it now looks like it's Vale who need to make all the moves and all the pushes. They will take the A-cap eventually, but now they've got the unenviable task of either pushing on to C or pushing into B. They are on the back foot. Not considerably, it's only like 40 odd points, which is one tank, by the way. So if you kill a tank, you get 40 points and the other team lose 40 points. That's generally how it works here on the Supremacy. You can see here Vale are just stacking up, getting down low so they're not spotted. Playmaker here, well, he's just staying hull down, overwatching, making sure that nobody jumps into that B-cap. Spitfires is just behind him, and De Silva playing the rearguard action there on the C-cap. The rest of Serenity, well, they're playing along the red line, looking to go to the A-cap with Anya and Days. They'll probably lead that charge. Vale, being led by Ego Chihai, is looking to probably take the C-cap. But as I said, De Silva is here just on Overwatch. If anything pops into C, he can reset it and he can see it. Same goes to the other side of the map with Vale, and they've got Shirex and the Batchat to do exactly the same thing. However, De Silva is going to find it difficult to reset the map, reset it now if they get more than one tank in there. Wenu is there, but at the same time, leaving that for the moment, there is a counter push into the A-cap for Serenity. Now, Vale take the C-cap, so they've got the advantage in caps ever so slightly, as you can see there. But, poor old Pashong caught out in the open, TVP, landing every shot, and then the Leo. And poor old Pashong permatracked, and down he goes. Oh, that is not what Pashong wanted, and that is one hell of a loss for Vale. Now, at the same time, Spitfires is pushed into the B-cap along with Playmaker. De Silva has been pushed down, but he's not out yet. Now he is. 2 caps to Serenity, Both teams have lost a tank, but the hit points are now in favour of Serenity, not in favour of Vale. Vale have lost a lot of HP. And Pashong had been kicking himself there. He was permatracked, and those TVPs are just nasty when they get going. Now we've got Wenu and Tranquility looking to make a move down the middle area, but it could be a bad move because there's a lot of tanks there. Playmaker, Vabon and Spitfires, and Tranquility and Venu have thought better of it. Shirex, on the other hand, well, he's going to push down onto Daze. Daze may be caught out on his long reload here. Anya is there to help out, but down he goes, courtesy of Wenu in the Type 71. Oslo goes over, so 2 tanks now down for Serenity. This isn't too bad for Vale. They're bringing it back ever so slowly. They haven't got the hit point advantage, and Tranquility is in a world of trouble here. But so is Anya, to be fair. Anya's on 300 hit points. Tranquility will go down, and does go down. Wenu has come back to help out here. Vabon pushing down on Venu. Anya and Shirex. Shirex taking down Anya. So 3 tanks now down for Serenity. Oslo there in the Sheridan, taking the B cap, trying to get that advantage back. But look at the points. They're tantalizingly close here for Serenity. Unbelievably close, in fact, because they got all 3 caps. And that's not good, although they have lost the tanks. But Venu going down, they're 5 points away. This is amazing gameplay by Serenity, stealing all the caps. They didn't have all the tanks, and they didn't have all the hit points, but they had all the caps. And caps also win games. Tantalizingly close there for Vale, but Serenity holding their nerve here on Molenbeek, managing to secure those caps. They only had 3 tanks left. They dealt out less damage than Vale, but they still won. Swapping those spawn points here. Now, Serenity are at match point. We will have Serenity on the north spawn, Vale on the south spawn. Vale, no change to their lineup at this moment in time, apart from Pashong, who's jumping out of the IS-7 and jumping into a 215B. By looks on it, everybody else, no, he's jumping into a T95. Actually, there is going to be changes. It didn't look like they were changing, but they are going to change now. So Pashong jumps into a T95, Shirex into a TVP, and Oslo into a Sheridan, moving over to Serenity. De Silva in the Object 268-4. Anya in a Sheridan. Playmaker into a 50B, doubling up with Vase. Everybody else into a Type 71. Those are the lineups. Is Vale going to be able to do it again? Is Vale going to be able to turn it back again? It is match point to Serenity, but we've seen Vale tantalizingly close there. We saw Vale throw down the gauntlet in Vineyards. They can do it. They will be disappointed that they didn't do it in the last game, but they will know that they were tantalizingly close, and Pashong will know that he was frightfully unlucky getting tagged, permatracked, and just written off just like that. And he will not be making that mistake again. Incredibly experienced player and caller is Pashong. So it's unlike, it's just, that's what happens when you get caught by a TVP. Simple as. Hit points are in favour of Serenity. However, let's see what can be done. Serenity are tantalizingly close to a victory here. Let's get up high and see what they are going to be doing. Vale, however, can bring it back. Now it looks like Serenity are sending Anya there to the middle of the map. The 50B of Vase heading towards that C cap area. Vale again heading for the B cap. Heading for the A cap. Oslo there in the Sheridan making that move. Everybody else just holding back just a little. Oslo just jumping in, getting that A cap. This time Vale should have the early cap advantage. Now you can see the Object 2684 there of De Silva just holding back, seeing if they can reset. Oslo has been spotted, but no shots onto him in that position from that side from Daze and De Silva. Oslo jumps out. C cap has been taken at the same time, but the cap point advantage will go to Vale. Now Vale, what are they going to do? Are they going to push on round, or are they going to turn around and rotate back through their spawn and have a look at the C cap? Well, we've got Days pushing up here. Anya is in the middle area in the Sheridan. Vase in the 50B along with Playmaker are also rotating round along with Vabon and Spitfires. Pashong is staying in the T95 in the middle area. And again, shots are going in. So there's going to be more of a brawly type affair going on over here. Days is forward. And Vale are just stacking their team up behind that A cap. The Sheridan there of Oslo is looking to probably steal the C cap whilst preventing Serenity from stealing the B cap. But he's not going to make that move just yet. There's only 30 points in it. At the moment, Tranquility is the only player to have lost hit points. So it is pretty much even Stevens out there. Shirex and Ego are just holding back, although it does look like Ego is making a move for the middle area as Serenity stack their tanks up on the A cap looking for a push here. That means that the Sheridan needs to get into the C cap. Serenity are going to push down onto Wunderkind. Wunderkind has been called, and Wunderkind is being focused heavily here. Not much the other guys can do about it. Wunderkind, down he goes. But now Vale need to try and bring this back. They're focusing onto Vase in that 50B. Oh, Vase manages to take down Tranquility along with Anya in the Sheridan. That was not part of the game plan. 2 Type 71s down. Down goes the 50B of Vase. However, Venu is going to go down as well. Days is a one-shot. Days is now a no-shot. But 4 tanks down for Vale. 2 tanks down for Serenity. And Shirex is looking to finish off Anya. Shirex does, but it's 3 against 4. Ego Chihai is now being focused. Playmaker is fully loaded. He's going to be looking to try and put the shots into Shirex and the TVP, and he does. The points are in favour at the moment for Serenity. The guns are in favour of Serenity. The hit points are in favour of Serenity. And Shirex manages to get away, but it's still 3 against 4. Now it's 2 against 4. As poor old Ego stays alive, sorry. It was poor old Shirex going down. Oslo is not going to survive this one. And it's going to go to Serenity. At the moment, Ego is caught up in the middle of it. A tank goes down. Playmaker is down. It's 3 against 2. But the hit points are just not in favour of Vale. The base points are not in favour of Vale. Vabon is very healthy. Ego is going down, and this is going to Serenity. At this moment in time, Oslo is the last man standing, and he was the last man standing, and it's all over. So, Serenity bringing it back after their defeat against LOCA. Vale tantalisingly unlucky on the first game here in Molenbeek. But Serenity managing to secure those caps. You secure the caps, you're going to win. Simple. And that is it. That is it for today. So let's have a look at the scores on the door, see if we got any more results coming in. Don't know if we have at this moment in time. So BPS, both the BPS teams have got double victories, so they're riding high on the top of the table. Sparta and Phoenix, however, not doing so well. Looks like Endgame. Who did Endgame play? They played against Sparta 4-0. So Sparta and Phoenix yet to get off the mark. That means that they are bringing up the bottom of the table at this moment in time, whereas BPS are riding high at the top of the table. That means Vale, LOCA, Endgame and Serenity are all on 1 point each. There's still a lot of tournament to go. We are back again tomorrow with the next round, I believe. That is tomorrow. So come and join us then, guys, because there are no more games today. That's it for today. It's tomorrow, as you will see. So, got 2 games to get today, 2 games tomorrow, 2 games on the 6th, and then 1 game on the 7th. So that is where we're at, guys. There's no more tournaments today. The tournaments are here. I've finished. I've been Fujit. I've enjoyed that. I enjoyed every minute of that. Serenity gave us a good evening. We were following them all the way through. They played well against LOCA, but that final game on Ghost Factory, that decider, was just too much for Serenity today. Whereas, let's not kid ourselves, Serenity held the upper hand against Vale, albeit slightly. I mean, they were convincingly beaten by Vale on Vineyards, let's be fair, and they should, in theory, have had they should in theory have lost the first game on Molenbeek. However, they had the foresight and the experience and the tournament knowledge to get all those caps, and that is what did it for Serenity. Anyway, I've been Fujit. That has been the opening day here on the EU server for the round robin. We're back again tomorrow. Love to see all of you. Don't know who we're following yet, but whoever it's going to be another amazing evening of excitement. Until then, guys, enjoy whatever part of the day and whatever time zone you are in. I'll see you all again soon. You've all been lovely. Bye for now.